Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We are going to do the first quarter of the year book haul. I'm going to do this every 3 months. We'll do a book haul of all the books I got in those 3 months. So this covers January, February, and March. Granted, it is only the 12th of March, but I doubt I'll get new books by the end of March. And if I do, I'll just add them on to the next one and just do that. So we're going to talk about my book of the month books first because I do have book of the month. I got it in December, so I do technically have my December book in here. But yeah, and also out of all the books I've only read one, technically. So we're going to start with that one. The first book is The House of My Mother. This is by Sherry Frankie. I've clearly read it. It was a 5-star. This was not a month book. It was a add-on, and I snatched it while I could get it. This was probably a book I was very excited for, and it was worth it. I mean, I loved this. So that's just kind of Ruby Frankie's daughter story, you know, kind of growing up. The next one is actually March's book of the month, and with book of the month, it kind of gives you teasers of what books might be the options for next month. And so at the end of February, there were a little teaser, and I swear, I screamed. I'm like, I know exactly what book that is. I'm gonna be getting it. And I was so happy when I was right. And that is Art of Infinite Fates. This is a book I'm very excited to read. I think I'm gonna try to get on my April TBR. But basically, these two people, in every life, they find each other, they love each other, but also in every life, they kill each other. So, this was another, yeah, it says they've loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes. They've killed each other in every one. So, this is another book I was very anticipating this year. So yeah, this is not book of the month. That is completely different. Okay. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm gonna definitely try to get this on my April TBR, one way or another. This one is technically my December book of the month, but let me make sure. But I didn't get it till January because I ordered it end of December after Christmas. I decided to do book of the month, and that is Beautiful Ugly. This book actually seems really interesting. It's been kind of forefront of my mind. Basically, this person's wife goes missing, and then years later he thinks he sees her, and that's kind of all I really know. I like going into books reading probably the first 2 sentences of the summary, so that's all we got. But this is this. This next one, I kind of got, this is January's, and it sounds interesting, but it's not high up. I think if I don't read this, probably by the end of the year, I'll just get rid of it because it's not too exciting. It's just, it was January's thing, and so it was the first one I really got to do on time. So, I mean, I am interested in it, and it is A Killing Cold. Basically, I think this family goes on a skiing trip, and it becomes killer. I haven't read the synopsis in a hot minute, so don't remember what it's about, but there's that one. I think also part of it is just, I don't know, I just don't like the cover of this one. I think it's the yellow, just throws me off. Next one is my February's, let me make sure. Yeah, February's one. I was very excited to also see that they had this one, and this is First Time Caller. I've heard a lot about this one. A lot of people say it's like Sleepless in Seattle. I don't know what that is. I know it's like a movie or show, but like, I've never seen it. I've heard of it. I've never seen it. I don't know anything about it. So, yeah. But I am excited about this one. Just not completely forefront as some other books are, but I'm very excited. I also love the artwork on this one. So yeah. And then the last book of the month one was another add-on I just added on, which was The Women by Kristen Hanna. Words. I, especially in January, figured out I love historical fiction. So I got this one. I know it's a historical fiction. I know a lot of people love it, cry at it. This author also is an amazing historical fiction writer, according to a lot of people. So I figured, let's start out with, I think this is her newest book, and then we can go to like Firefly Lane and all the other books she's written if I enjoy this. But I've definitely realized I like historical fiction. So, chunker, but I'm excited to get to this one. I think it's World War something. Can't tell you. Skimming through the top, it probably says. I'm probably just really, really, really not here. So yeah, there's that. And then that is all my book of the month books. Okay. And then yeah. Okay. And then my birthday was in February, so I got 3 books for my birthday. Technically 4, because I bought myself a book for my birthday. So the book I bought for myself is Scythe and Sparrow, which is the 3rd book in the Ruinous Love trilogy. I've read the other 2. I like the first one. I love the first one. I like the second one. So excited. Very intrigued by this one because it's circus. So yeah, very excited by that. So, and then continuing with the circus theme, the rest of these my sister bought me for my birthday. We got Carvel. This is a series I've been intrigued by for years and years and years before I got seriously back into reading, which was probably 2019, 2020. Unless I'm going crazy and this book was not published before then. But yeah. I'm not all here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And this is also filming this on a whim. I don't care that my watch is at 3. I just need to know what time it is. Okay, it's 2:20. But yeah, this is all I really know is about a circus. There's this book, Legendary and Finale, and then Heartbroken. Once Upon a Broken Heart. That's the name of the series that follows this one. So there's that one. And then in January, I finished my very last Emily Henry book I owned. I only owned 2, but now I own 3. So we got Emily Henry, The Happy Place. Next to Beach Read, this is the one I hear the most about. So this is also the only one that was at Target. So got that one. Very excited. I read the 2 Emily Henry books I had, which was Beach Read and People We Met on Vacation, both in winter. And I started those books right around the time of a big snowstorm. So I'm gonna put this book off because I'm enjoying the nice weather. And yeah, so plus this is the only other Emily Henry book I have physically. So I think her newest one comes out this month. And then this is the other one I got for my birthday. And that is Spark of the Everflame. I've heard a lot of people talk about this and it seems interesting, and they had it and it was a great sale. So I got it. I don't know too much about it, but I know there are a couple books out and they're still being released. And a lot of people love these. So I know this is kind of, I think, the shortest book because I think the next 2 are pretty big. So yeah, I'm excited. Where am gonna start a new pile. And then this one I technically read back 2019, 2020. I read the first half and then listened to the second half in audiobook because I had to return it to the library. Do I remember anything that happened? No, but I do remember thoroughly liking it, and I've always wanted a copy of my own, so I figured get a copy, reread it, and that is Paper Town. I read Looking for Alaska, which is by the same author, which I also loved. So I remember enjoying this book. I'm very intrigued to reread it years later. I also listened to the audiobook for the second half, and that was back when audiobooks didn't quite process in my brain, and I zoned out 20% of the audiobook, so the ending's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I'm excited to reread this and then finally have my own copy. Even if I DNF this, I'm still gonna keep it because I enjoyed it the first time, and I just have issues rereading books. So, yep. And then the most recent edition, and the most recent edition that I am very happy about, the 4 Hunger Games that are out currently. The 5th one comes out, it's Sunrise on the Reaping, comes out March 18th, but I've got the first 4. These are special editions, and I saw them at Barnes, but then they were on sale at Walmart, so I got them. So my plan is to read the first Hunger Games, then Catching Fire, then Mockingjay, then Ballad of the Songbird and Snake, and then Sunrise on the Reaping. But these are them together. These are sprayed edges. So you guys can see more of these when I do my monthly TBRs, because I'll put them up. But this is the one that's currently on my cart, which is the Hunger Games. They are so pretty. I fell in love with them. And then on the back, I fell in love with them. I've never read the Hunger Games. I've watched the movies probably once. Other than Ballad of Songbird and Snakes, I haven't watched. So my plan is read the book, rewatch the movie for the first time rewatching it, and then first time watching Ballad of Songbird and Snakes. And yeah, I'm very excited. I fell in love with these, and then I am so excited. They're just so pretty. It also came in a box because it was a box set, but the box is currently on the bookshelf. So yeah, those are all the books I got, unless I'm forgetting because I didn't bother to look at my spreadsheet before now. But I'm gonna do that now because I'm insane. I think that's all the books I got, because I think all the other books were in December. I don't give 2 shits about that. So yeah, I will be back in June for the next one. Let me hold. Ugly. Oh. Okay. I guess I am forgetting one. Okay, I am forgetting one. I forgot I got this month. And that is Here Lies a Vengeful Bitch. This is technically an ARC copy, but I got it off of Pango, I think. No. I don't know. I got it off of some place I still close on. So yeah, I'm excited about this. It did put me off a little bit that it is a ARC copy, and at the beginning it says like, what does it say? It says something about like words, author, reader's note, not finished, error in spelling, format, and stuff like that. It just kind of put me off for a hot second, but I'm getting very excited to read this again. So, yeah, that's the actual last book I have, which means that's all we got for today. Other books I've added is the Harry Potter series, but my mom has owned that for years. And then my mom bought Quicksilver and the first Zodiac Academy books that I also want to read, so they will be on my cart at some point when come tell you. So, but yeah, I will be back in June for this. Be back on the 1st for my monthly TBR, which I need to film, but it's also only the 12th, so I'm trying to push it off because I always film TBRs like way too early. Other than that, I gotta get going. I got things to do. I got work to go to, which means work, which means more money to buy more books. I already plan on book of the month has Rebel Witch and Heartless Hunter. I said those the opposite way, and I plan on getting those probably in May. But yeah. So we will be back with at least my book of the month books and any other random books I get in June, and then September, and then December. December will probably be a big one. So yeah. I'll see you guys all later. Peace out.